So with that said, can we give a warm welcome to gentlemen in Southern, oh my, speaking of another leader. When I go to Summersville, South Carolina, he'll pick me up in the airport, and you guys heard the story. He will work me from sun up to sundown. That's what I'm there in South Carolina to do. I work so much in South Carolina, so why even get a hotel room, stay on my couch? I'm not above that. I stay on the man's couch. Because why? We're never there at the hotel. I'm at the hotel maybe 5 hours. I'm up in the morning, bright-eyed, bushy tail, ready to go another 100 miles an hour that day up and down the highway. And we've done this. So here's another guy that talking about a strong work ethic. Not only does Mr. Evans have strong work ethic, but this man has been around the industry. He knows what he's doing. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, from some Summersville, South Carolina, let me introduce you to the regional director, the great, the one and only Mr. Curtis Evans.
Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Glad to see you. We're going to have some fun today. I want to teach you about something that Mr. Thomas just got through talking about. It works really, goes hand in hand with what he just got through talking about. And that's the art of piquing people and, more importantly, inviting people to take a look at something. That's the heart and soul of what we do. I can tell you for a fact, after being in the business many years I have, and I'm sure Ms. Thomas can probably tell you, if you're waiting for somebody to knock on the door and say they want to sign up into your business, you're going to be there a long time. This is a skill that you have to master. It's not a choice. You have to do it. The beauty of our business is we're trying to do what we can to show people how to build a business for themselves. We're going to help them get started. We're going to train them, and then we're going to be with them the whole way. But then we're going to find someone else and help them. And then over time, something that magic happens. So if you haven't experienced this yet, you will. Something magic happens. Sooner or later, a leader will show up. And when that leader shows up in that leg, that leader, they did not come in. They don't know you. They came in to build a business, and they're coachable, and they know people. They know people. They've been around people. They know people. And for those people, those among you that don't know a whole lot of people, you just maybe been by yourself most of your life, I guarantee you got a couple hundred people that will come to your wedding or your funeral. Have you contacted them? Do you know how to contact them? Do you have the skills to contact them? And for those of you that have already contacted those 200, 300, 400 people, Mr. Thomas is talking about right now, these aren't the only 200 or 300 people on the planet. Our planet right now has 8 billion people on the planet. 4% of the planet, 4% of the planet live in the United States. Okay? And I promise you, those 200 or 300 people you know aren't in that group. I mean, they're just a minuscule part of that group. So we have to learn how to prospect with the people. We got people we know at first. We want to go to them and ask them some simple questions. And then we have to learn how to get in the field and how to talk to people that we don't know. We know how to talk. I tell you, it's actually more. I really enjoy talking to people I don't know more than the people I do know. I don't know why that is, but you have to learn to talk to people that you don't know, and that's what he's showing and coaching the team in Fresno how to do. I think he's in Fresno how to do that. So we're going to go into a little bit more of that this morning with Eric Worre, who happens to live in Las Vegas with Mr. Thomas, and so those two are good friends. They know each other. And so what we're going to do today is learn one of the most important skills that we can learn in what we're going to do. And now, why do you like multi-level marketing? Why do you like ACN? The reason you like this business, the reason I like it, let me explain why I like it. I like it because I'm not pushing potion and makeup and things that people are going to buy one time. Maybe some vitamins they're going to buy one time. And then I got to call them back next month and convince them to buy some more. And then I got to call them back again a few months later and convince. And then 1 month when I didn't convince anybody, I have to buy some myself to stick them in the garage or keep them somewhere around here so I can hit my quota for the month. ACN doesn't have any quotas, but I'll tell you this, the services that we have, these people are going to use these services anyway. They're going to use them anyway. So we really have something to talk about. We really have something to talk about. Why do we freeze up when it's time to talk about it? Well, let's get into that. And I'm going to show the short video. It's about 5 minutes, but it's going to go hand in hand with what Mr. Thomas just got through talking about a few minutes ago. The art of prospecting and what I call it, the art of inviting, okay? We just want to show them something. Remember, All you want to do is show them something. I want to ask everybody on the call today, just think about this for a minute. You were prospecting, and somewhere in your top 3 or 4 levels, someone prospected Mr. Al Thomas. Just imagine if in your organization, and he's in somebody's organization, I don't know whose organization he is, but he's in somebody's organization right now. Right now. You know how I know? Because all of us are in somebody's organization right now. Okay? And so just think about it. If you learn to do what he's doing, suppose you had someone like a Greg Provenzano showed up into your organization. Suppose a Tony Kupas showed up into Greg Spearman's organization. Suppose a Larry Raskins shows up into Darrell Ransom's organization. Suppose Al Thomas shows up into Ryan Swallow's organization, or to Karen Williams. Out of the blue, somebody shows up into your organization that don't know you on your 4th level, your 5th level, your 6th level, and took off. And they came through. Now, this is the crazy part. They came through an organization of a person that you signed up that didn't do much. The person you signed up didn't do much. And they signed up somebody else that didn't do much. And they put in Al Thomas. That's how this works. So the system will work for you, but you first got to work the system. You have to first work the system. And that's about inviting people to do what? To sign up? Nope. To take a look, to see if there's a fit. Okay? Just to see if there's a fit. That's all we're doing. And sometimes there is, and sometimes there's not. Our job is to get some names and numbers and see if there's a fit. So let's talk about that skill set. I got Mr. Worry on tap. He's going. I need you to get something to write with and pay really close attention to what he's going to say. This is the most important skill set. And Mr. Thomas, he didn't know what I was going to talk about, and I didn't know what he was going to do last night. So this is not set up and not planned. It just happened to work out this way. These two go together. And remember, you can't go wrong. This got to happen because nobody's knocking on your door. You're not going to get a phone call from somebody. Well, in time you will if you get around enough. You won't get a phone call from somebody saying, I'm ready to get started. You have to go and build the business. So let's
We're going to talk about the most important skill in network marketing. There's no more important skill than this skill. If you're in the room, congratulations. But for most of the people watching this, you're going to be watching from home. You're going to be watching from your phone, from your computer, from your tablet, whatever you're watching from. Maybe this is in the future. You're watching it as a hologram in the middle of your living room. We don't know where you're going to be watching this from. But I've got to tell you that unless you figure this skill out, you're done. You might as well not even do this. Because the reason why we call this the gateway skill is because if you don't go through this door, you don't get anything. It's over. All you get to be is a customer. All you get to be is a user of product. Now there's different skills. We talk about the 7 skills when we talk about, if you've read the book Go Pro. How many people read the book Go Pro? Listen to the audiobook? A lot of people in that network marketing profession. Makes me very happy. We talk about these skills, and the 7 fundamental skills in network marketing are finding prospects, inviting. This is what we're talking about here. This gateway skill is inviting, getting people to take a look, presenting, following up, closing, getting people to make a decision, getting people started effectively, and promoting events. So now, there's one skill that's the highest paid skill in all of network marketing. That's promoting events. If you get people to attend a big event, your company big event, you can't get paid more for any activity than that activity. But that activity is on the other side of this gateway that I'm going to talk about in this course. You got to get to the other side. You got to be able to be strong enough, face your fears enough, become skilled enough, become confident enough to face this one. And most people, I'll be honest with you, If you take 100 people who join network marketing, 70 of them immediately will say, you know what, I'm just going to be a customer because they don't want to go through this first door, making this invitation. They take a tiptoe towards it, and then they go, oh, maybe it's not for me. I'll just keep using the product for a while. 7 out of 10. They say, yeah, they'll just use the product. And I'm glad they're using the product. I'm happy they're using the product. I'm happy they're getting benefit from the products and services that you provide. But wouldn't it be better to be in that small percentage? It takes so little for you to separate yourself from the crowd. In network marketing, it takes so little. To step through this first door, you do it in your first day of any real job. But when you join this business, all of a sudden, every little childhood fear that you've ever had shows up. Every phobia, every excuse. We're downright creative as to all the reasons why we can avoid doing what we know we're supposed to do. We're creative at it. It's like, I'm not so sure. This course is dedicated to setting appointments. It's dedicating to getting people to take a look. We have other courses on presenting, on follow-up, objections, closing, but this course is designed specifically to get people to take a look at what you have to offer. And here's the great news about that. I know if we can get people to take a look, we're going to get good results. Even if we're not very good at it, at the actual presentation. It doesn't even really matter. You don't have to be amazing. You just have to be busy. You have to be active in order to be able to get results in this business. This is the gateway. And understand, it's okay to start off not highly skilled and to become highly skilled over time. That's okay. You don't have to be amazing when you start. It was such good news for me as a poor student growing up in formal education. It was such good news to me that I didn't have to be skilled before I could get started. It was such good news to me to know that I couldn't get fired. It was such good news that I could fail and screw up, and I have unlimited swings at the bat. And here's what it was like when I realized this. I'm not a great athlete, but if I stood over the plate and the best pitcher in baseball was pitching, I'm going to miss a lot. But if I get unlimited swings, I'm going to hit something. Something's going to happen. I'm going to get on base. I'm going to get some results. If I have unlimited swings, eventually he's going to get tired. He's going to throw a nice, easy one. Bang. Same thing's true with you. Be willing to start. Be willing to be embarrassed. Be willing to take the swings in order to figure it out. If you're willing to do that, then you're good. If you're not willing to do that, then I can't help you.
I mean, he goes into a lot of detail. I would love to spend more time and show you what he has to show you. But the amazing part about this program is that you just had a Class A #1 top rated network marketer, Mr. Al Thomas, explained that process just a minute ago. And what he's saying is just this. No one's going to knock on your door and say, I want to do the business. That is not going to happen. You know, if Jackie Black is at home and Catherine Williams is at home and Rick is at home and you're just saying, I'm waiting for someone to knock on the door and say they're ready to get started because I'll sign them up and I'll work with them. No, it's not going to happen. So, and what he was talking about is the more you do it, and it's the old saying we had, the harder we work, the luckier we get. People say you were lucky. You were lucky. You got Al Thomas in your organization. No wonder you're making so much money. Or they may say, Ms. Leela Lynch, you're lucky. You got Greg Provenzano in your organization. No wonder you're doing so well. But they didn't see the work that went in on the front end. That's what they didn't see. The 200 to 300 people that said, I'll think about it, 4 or 5 to sign up, and one of them signed up, didn't do much. Another one signed, and then he signed up one girl that didn't do much. Who signed up 2 guys that didn't do much, and one of them knew Greg Provenzano. One of them knew Tony Kupas. One of them knew Al Thomas. One of them knew a big leader. And so, you know, all the work that you do up front, and one of my favorite athletes, Steph Curry, every day he shoots that basket, 500 shots at that basket, 500 shots a day. And he's been doing that a long time. But when he goes out there and turns around and shoots and turn around, you guys seen him, he walks away from the goal. He walks away from the goal. He looks at the crowd and walks away from the goal. And everybody's just amazed with 1 second on the clock, the ball went in from 40, 50 feet out. But nobody sees the practice, what Mr. Thomas did last night with the team there. No one sees that part. They don't see that part. All they see is the results. All they see is the results. So if you're going to get good at one thing, it's going to be prospecting and inviting. You know, inviting someone to take a look. And we have I'm gonna give you some numbers, and I did it before, I'm gonna give it to you again. There's 117, listen to this, 117 billion people that ever lived on the planet, ever, all of them, 117 billion. And out of 117, 8 billion live on the planet today. 8 billion people, 8 out of 117 is not a lot. 8 billion live on the planet today. And out of the 8 billion, 4% of the 8 billion live in the United States. 4% live in the United States. One of the wealthiest countries in the world. People from all over the world are here from different varying backgrounds. And so I want you to understand, just real simply, you won the lottery if you were born in the United States in the last 50, 100 years. You won the lottery. With that said, you have the opportunity to talk to, you would think we're the happiest people in the world, but we are some strange beings, in spite of the fact that we're here with refrigeration, clean water, air, gas, airplanes, and all that. We're miserable for some reason or another. I don't understand that we're miserable. So primarily because we're not living the lives that we can live. And that's what multi-level marketing does. It gives you a life that you can't live. I would tell you 99% of the people on the call have been taught to be what? Employees. And that's, you know, people say this, what I have is, what you guys sound like a get rich quick program. No, but I know for a fact they're in a get rich never program. That's the program they're in. So do not fall for that okie doke. Just go ahead and ask them, are you looking for a way to make some more money? Our company looks for people like you. I need your name and number. I'm gonna send you a movie. If I sent you a movie, would you watch it? If I sent you a movie, would you watch it? Just get good at piquing people. Get good at piquing people. And then come back with 3. If Mr. Thomas said 3, what if you took it up to 10? What if you made it your personal goal to have 10 names and numbers every day? Beat his record. He says 3 a day. He's got wealthy at 3 a day. But suppose you were able to do 10, okay? Could you catch up? Okay, so yes, we can. And I have another clip from Charlie Munger. And he's passed away, but he was one of the co-owners with a company that, well, anyway, I won't get into that right now. But he said one of the biggest things that you got on your side is time. Time is one of the biggest things you have on your side. Wealthy people really love their time. They think time is the most precious thing we have. And people that just kind of work for about an hour, that's a lot of people. They don't worship time. Okay, that's just not something they're willing to give it up. So I like all of you to pay really, really close attention to some of the things that are going to happen with our team. The team is on this call today, and the company that you're in, ACN, who only in 35 years has 1% of the market. 1% of the market. Most of the people you talk to never heard of this. Most of the people you talk to never heard of multi-level marketing. They don't know what it is. So that's your opportunity. And again, this is going to happen. I think one of the speakers this morning talked about it with Mr. Thomas, but I'm going to say it in another way. Feel the fear and do it anyway. You're going to feel the fear. You're going to be a little uncomfortable. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. You may be surprised. A person will say, thank you so much. Thank you. I didn't know how to get out of here. I didn't know how to make a prison break. So with that said, that takes care of what I have to show you today. The most important skill you're going to get is inviting. What they do with the invite is a whole different story. That's not your concern. Invite them to take a look at the business. And then once they are interested, help them get started. So, Mr. Thomas, I'm complete. It's all yours. I'm done.